Oh, hello. I didn't see you there. Camera I've just set up. I'm working on the latest edits for MindField, and since it's video month, I thought you might like to see behind the scenes some of the stories and goings on, so you can learn a little bit more about what goes on set with MindField. Let's take a look.
At Available Car, we have everything you could ever want in a car available. With no admin fees, reservations from just £99, and cars ranging from £6,000 to £36,000. Whatever's most important to you, we'll find your perfect car from our stock of nearly 2,000 cars. It's what we've been doing for over 20 years. Visit us today at our sites in Castle Donington and Saturn in Ashfield.
So yeah, this one is Available Car. So we went out and shot this in the Derbyshire countryside near to the two locations of that business. There are two really interesting things about this section, and that's that the two actors had obviously never met each other before, and they had really amazing chemistry on set, so that was really nice to see, to the point where she ended up picking him up in her car and brought him over, and they stopped for coffee together because we were running a little bit behind, and it looked like, honestly, if you told me they were a real couple, I'd 100% believed it on the day. The other thing to mention is the location. So we found a location that was near a farm and agreed with them that we could film and all that sort of stuff and organise when we were going to go. What the farm didn't tell us is that there were cows in that field as we were there filming, and they were just walking around and milling around, and so somewhere in the vicinity of this shot there are cows going around, and at one point I had to step away from the crew and the team to usher the cows along from beside us, and they decided to walk along where our cars were parked and give them a lick as they walked past. So animal wrangler goes on the list, never-ending list of jobs that producers have to do on set. Otherwise though, you can see that this shoot has lots of different locations, lots of different props, lots of different people. So it was a 2-day shoot. We had one shoot out on the different locations, and then the second day of the shoot was on the premises of the business where we shot this stuff. And then we had to bring in an outside drone operator because this is next to East Mids Airport, so we had to get special permission to fly a drone in the area and bring in someone who was specially certified to do so.
Kitchen? More like waiting room. We spend 219 hours every year in the kitchen, and plenty of those waiting for water. But shop online for an AquaTap, install it yourself, and you'll get boiling, chilled, filtered, sparkling, and hot and cold water on demand. AquaTaps. Order today, use it tomorrow.
Next up, we'll talk about AquaTaps. And I mean, this one had quite a process to get to it. So obviously it's shot in a really beautiful kitchen. When we got there, the owners of the home said that they have people shoot in their kitchen all the time, and they'd had the cookery channel in for a couple of weeks beforehand, and they shot an episode of EastEnders in that kitchen once as well when there was a fire on the set and they went out to different locations. So we had a famous kitchen. Obviously, the main issue with shooting a tap commercial is that you need to show the tap, and you need to show the tap installed and working. So we had to find a home that had the right kind of tap, the right kind of space underneath the tap, that the owners were happy for us to install the tap and then reinstall their tap at the end. So we had to have engineers from the business along to help us install and reinstall the tap as well. So as much as it looks like here our actor's having a go, he was just threading the holes, and then our engineers stepped in to make sure that the tap was working at the end and that everything could be shown as accurately as possible.
If you're a landlord with a property to sell, now is the time to do it. Contact We Sell Rented Property. We'll help you sell and get full market value with no disruption to your tenants. We're an estate agent who only sells tenanted properties, landlord to landlord. If you want to sell your rented property, or you want to buy one, contact We Sell Rented Property now.
And then the last one on the list is We Sell Rented Property. So in this very first little section, you can see we flipped through a bunch of locations. All of the locations are around Glasgow, and we wanted to capture the variety of properties that there are. So there's a suburban detached street, the tenement buildings, that's what I want to say, please don't be annoyed if that's wrong, Glaswegian people. And then like a modern estate, as well as a few other options. And actually we filmed the full script in all of those locations so that we could cut between it at different points if we wanted to. But we ended up using one main location and then cutting away for different cutaways, because it felt like it was more focused and made more sense. There is a story behind this ad as well that's worth sharing, and that's that while we're shooting this scene, as you can see, of our performer walking along the road, obviously our camera operator is walking backwards, and we actually captured the audio separate from the camera so we could have the camera on a stabilizer. So I was operating the boom for the audio, and I was also walking backwards, and while we were walking up one of the streets, I had assigned the role to Charlotte, who was our account manager, who'd come with us on the shoot on the day, to help make sure that while I was walking backwards that I didn't trip over or walk into anything. And she only had that one job, and she still managed to let me walk backwards into a car. Luckily, there was no damage and nothing to report, but still, she only had one job. And that's just some stories from 3 quick TV ads that we've put together over the last couple of years. And as you can imagine, there's all kinds of different things that go on while we're on set. There are different challenges that we have to face, whether it's travel, getting kit to different countries, or all sorts of things that go on. So I hope you enjoyed those little insights, and stick around for more content from Video Month. Cheers.